I can't switch my screen now. What's going on, people? Happy Monday. Whew. I got to take a sip, y'all. I hope everybody is doing wonderful. I hope you had a good weekend. Let me get my phone together. So I know y'all gonna be asking questions. Hey, Dwight, how are you? All right, let me get my notes. Let me see who's here. Hey, if you haven't followed, please follow. I appreciate it very, very much. Let me get to the good stuff. All right. Let me see. Okay. All right. Well, today is just another Monday. So if you have made it, I'm glad you have made it onto the other side. What are we going to talk about today? Mostly taxes and a couple things. So anyway, I'm not going to prolong. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and drop your questions, please. See what questions you guys have for me today. We are getting close to the end of tax season. So I hope you guys have filed your taxes. Believe it or not, people are trying to rush in at the last minute to file taxes. If you have not filed, you can do an extension. Okay, an extension should be free. Okay, to file them. Hey, Mr. Isaac. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Genteria. I got to talk to you. I got something in the mail about you. So it says we'll be getting with you before the week is out and even tax done. Thank you very much, 50 sweetie. So again, guys, if you have not filed your taxes, please file your taxes. I do not know what you are waiting on. And don't tell me you're waiting on that 3 year, okay? The little 3 year mark that y'all normally talk about. I don't want to hear about that, okay? Get those taxes done if you have not. Also, okay, hey, Karen, if you have not filed for your PPP loan forgiveness, please do, all right? We had somebody file for PPP forgiveness, just a couple days ago. And what happened was when we went to do the forgiveness, the bank was asking for a whole lot of stuff at the last minute that this person was not able to provide. And I'm not sure if they were able to finish by the time, okay? So please, if you haven't done your PPP loan forgiveness, do that as well. Y'all are going to see after the tax season, you're going to be running out of time for a lot of stuff. Why? Because they're going to be moving on to new things. All right. So, hey, Miss Robin. So I am ready for tax season to be over. This has been so busy, especially with all this child tax credit stuff. So, yeah, I'm actually waiting for this tax season to actually pass, okay? Again, if you're watching on TikTok and you have not followed me, please follow. If you guys have noticed, I have not made a lot of videos on social media because there's nothing really popping, okay? So as soon as I think there is something, I will put it out. I will be making a video about the few states that are going to be getting a stimulus. I'm going to go over what those states are. If you're in Florida, it ain't us, okay? But there are going to be some other states that's going to get some form of a stimulus. Now, stimulus does not mean they're going to give you a check from the IRS. You can get a stimulus from your state government. And all they mean when they say stimulus is they're basically giving you guys money to go back out in the public and use it. So they want you to go shopping, go to Walmart, go overdraft, get them back, get some fees. That's the kind of stuff that they want to see. Okay. So hold on, I'll write my notes. I just thought about something. So if you guys live in these states, and like I said, I'll get to that in a second. I'm just going over some stuff that has to be done. All right. Tom says, do you know anything about the recent PEBT you have to apply for due to kids being out from COVID? And I'm going to ask you, Tom, what state is that? And not too much about PEBT. If there are certain states that are out for certain different reasons, then yes, your state may have it. Give me the state, and then I can look and let you know more information about that. Okay. Let's see what states. Okay, I'll get you the information. Mama Mia, Mun, I promise. Okay. All right, so let me see. So I told you about doing your taxes. We talked about and making sure you guys file your taxes and making sure that you do your PPP loan forgiveness. Let me see. People have been still trying to get this last couple dollars for this SBA. If you have a decline letter saying that you were not approved for whatever that may be because you didn't have something, if you are within your reconsideration time, that can be 6 months or a year, then you can go and try to get some more money. Now, people have been sending me emails asking me to help them do the reconsideration. I have absolutely no problem with that, but please make sure that you guys know that in order for us to do this reconsideration, you need to have something to reconsider. That means your credit score still needs to be at a 620 or 625, and that's on Experian. And you got to make sure you have some taxes to show. Okay, don't just think because SBA is sending you that email, that means just go and apply and then they're going to give you some money. Okay, they ain't sleep, they're not stupid, and they are still catching folks. Okay, and believe it or not, they are getting caught by the stupidest things, but I don't want to get into that too much right now. All right, so Tom, I'll look. I didn't see anything about Florida getting any PEBT, but I will look, and if it is, I will definitely put that out. Hey, Miss Emma. Hey, Pumpkin Patch. Yes, all right. So people saying Florida PEBT, so I'm gonna look that up in just a second. All right, so let me tell you what has changed for us business owners. I'm gonna look up this PEBT at the same time. All right. So if you are a business owner and you are interested in getting business credit, then you should know about the DUNS number. The DUNS number is a 9-digit number, just like your EIN, much like your social security number, but it comes from Dun & Bradstreet. A lot of people need this so that they can build business credit. Now, let me tell y'all something. I made a video in the past letting y'all know come April that there was not going to be any more DUNS number when you're dealing with the government. So if you are trying to get a grant, you're trying to do anything with the government and it asks you for a DUNS number is no longer used with the federal government. Basically, Dun & Bradstreet lost their contract and they're not using it anymore. So the government said, we don't need them. We're going to go with a UEI number, which stands for Unique Entity Identifier. So that is now what, and I'm going to still looking for this PEBT, but that is what individuals now will have to use when trying to get benefits with the government, and it requires a DUNS number. Now, if you are still trying to get your business credit, DUNS number is still required. The difference, though, this is why I told y'all to rush out and get this DUNS number, is because now you got to pay for it. So luckily, some of y'all who've been listening and following, thank y'all for paying attention, because you guys got your DUNS number for free and you did not have to pay. Now you will have to pay. I did not see Dun & Bradstreet say anything about another free portal. I will look to verify, so I will be making a new video about that to let y'all know where you can get that DUNS number and how much it's now going to cost. All right, so that's what you're going to have to do now to build business credit, and you will need this DUNS number. There's really no way around it. Okay. Okay, so for PEBT, it says, hold on, let me see. I see nothing for Florida PEBT for 2022 yet. Okay, so I'm gonna keep looking, but I don't see anything about it right now. Hold on. It says, ask Food and Nutrition Service to allow Florida EBT for the 2021. It says it's still being looked at. I haven't seen it being approved yet, but I'm gonna keep going. So let me see if y'all ask me anything about. I'm good. Hey, from South Carolina, how y'all doing? So I hope you guys do have that DUNS number. That is going to be very, very important in building business credit, and it's probably going to run you about $200 now. And I would not be surprised if Dun & Bradstreet raised the price because they know that, hey, the government, we don't have to make it free for people anymore. So now they probably can charge whatever price they want to. So make sure you get to looking at that ASAP to get yours if you want business credit and you are a business owner. It's Manny. It says, what if your denial letter says I don't live in a certain area to qualify for SBA? If you do not live in a certain area to qualify for SBA, a lot of people got turned down because they did not live in a low income area. But if you really do live in a low income area, but you applied and you had a different address, all you have to do is do a reconsideration. Let them know what your new address is. You will need to send in some type of verification to show them that you do have that address, and that's it. Okay. That should satisfy what you're trying to do. I would tell you to try that new address. If it's in a lower income area, then I would do the reconsideration. If you put the new address in and it's not, I wouldn't waste my time. Okay. And she was asking about the SBA. I'm doing a reconsideration, y'all. All right. Hey, from South Carolina. Hey, VA. It says they told me I owe child support. I'm like, y'all have the wrong person. That's crazy. I have seen that happen before, Crystal. So if someone told you that you owe child support, they're going to have to prove it. They need to give you something in writing, if possible, or screenshot so that you can go and get that straight with the department. Well, who is it? DCF, I think. I'm not sure who handles child support because I don't have no kids. But you would go and get that straight with your state department so that can be cleared up, okay? That's messed up to be caught up in something like that, all right? All right. So again, if you haven't followed, please follow. I appreciate. Okay, so let's talk about these student loans, because people may think I am playing about this borrower's defense, but I am not. Okay, I have been, and I am so happy for those who have been watching and let me know that y'all got your forgiveness. Woo! Congratulations to you. It is good when you finally realize that you do not have to pay that money anymore. Okay. If you have, and I had someone today, a retiree, we don't find too many older people who are still carrying student loans. I'm asking y'all to go and ask y'all people's aunties, sisters, see if they have student loans that they're carrying around on their credit report and the school is closed. It doesn't matter if the school is a part of the Navient lawsuit or not. There are more than one lawsuit that was placed on schools from Department of Education. I mean, we can go back and I swear they sue schools about every year, okay? So just because you don't find your school on the Navient list, it doesn't mean that school is not a school that qualifies, all right? It's a lot of schools where people are wiping out these loans. So please have these, take a look, ask somebody, because somebody watched me and sent their daddy. Thank you for sending your daddy. He should not be carrying around loans to Everest, okay? Everest, who is Everest? They closed. They're not even open no more. So why they're sending him letters telling him to start making payments? And another reason why I want you to do it is because student loan payments start up. They're getting ready to start May 1st. So if you have an outstanding loan, or if another student loan servicer bought that loan, they don't care that loan was used to be with Navient. They are going to try to send you something in the mail to see if they can catch one of y'all slipping and sign up to oh God, I don't know why these words are escaping me today, but they're gonna come back. We do not want them to turn around and make you re-amortize or sign up again, and now you're paying more on your loan. You're sitting there and you're getting a low interest rate. That's why the guy came, because he's getting letters in the mail saying it's now time to start paying your loans back. For what school? The school closed. You don't have to pay that. So please take it upon yourselves to think outside of yourselves and go and see if the next person that you know in your family or friends, if they need to get those loans wiped out, because they are going to be knocking, they're going to be calling, and if they smart, they're going to be texting, because y'all been getting text messages too, okay? So they're going to find out. And yes, Lee Cordon Bleu, Evelyn, is on that list, on the Navient lawsuit list. So yes, those schools you should not be paying for, okay? So look outside to see if you can help somebody else with that, all right? Also, that's the borrower's defense. Now, this person that came in today also has been paying loans before the school closed. So guess what? He also gets to ask to get that money back. That's a different application. So if they get the opportunity to get some of that money back, I'm wanting it. I'm telling y'all, you may not be able to get Ray to pay you, but Uncle Sam definitely going to pay you if he owes you some money. Okay, so see, look at that. John, thank you, John, for sharing. John said, yes, they keep sending letters to reconsolidate. Thank you. That's the word I was thinking of. If those loans belong to a school that's not open, it's closed, they lost their accreditation, they being sued, do not reconsolidate, please. Because what you don't want to do is sign an agreement, and now it's going to take you so much longer to get out of the situation you're in. Put in your borrower's defense, and on that application, it asks you, do you want to be in forbearance while we decide or make our decision? And you check yes, because that way, now you're not responsible for payments. I'm saying, to me, even if I didn't have no loans, I probably still would do it just because I need to get me a couple extra months. Now, I ain't telling nobody what to do, but your girl be thinking. All right, so let me see what else we got going on over here, okay? All right, Department of Revenue. Thank you very much, Renee Papa. I could not think of it. So you got child support issue, call Department of Revenue, okay? Yes, Cordon Bleu is on there. Drake Business School is on that list. Yes, it is. It says, I got mine forgiven from Everest. They just sent me the email 2 days ago. Woo, woo, congratulations, walking trophy. Congratulations. I'm telling y'all, these forgiveness, these student loan forgiveness are happening fast. They're not taking a long time. Now, yes, you can wait if you want to see if your school that was on the Navient list, you can wait for them to send you a letter if you want to. That's if you trust them to really do it. Now, hey, that's on you. I'm not waiting for anybody. If I know, I'm going to always jump the gun because I am proactive. I'm not reactive. I don't wait for you to tell me my loans can be wiped off. I'm going to tell you, I already know my loans are approved to be wiped off. Take it from me. It's working. Okay. So congratulations again, Naya. It says, what about a home grant for Florida? Yeah, so the home grant is still out. And that's not just for Florida, it's for every state. If you're a homeowner, they tried to give us something to appease us, to make us feel like we're like the renters by giving us a little bit of money to help us out. But our aid came late in a lot of states. So if you are wondering if your state has money under the Homeowners Assistance Fund, all you need to do is, let me think of the best way to tell you guys to do it. Actually, you could just type it on Google, Homeowners Assistance Fund, and put your state. Florida, I put that information. If you do not follow me on Facebook, you're missing out because that's where I can post the long post with the links and everything. So follow me on there and you will be able to see it. I don't post on my page unless it got something to do with business because I don't have time. I just don't have time, period. So you can go on my page and you will find what you need. There are links there, okay? All right, let me see what y'all saying over here. Emma says, can I use a USPS virtual address on my articles of organization or business license? Yes and no. That's a very good question. I actually have a video already on that on YouTube. So if you do not follow me on YouTube, you need to do that also, okay? Now, to answer your question, if you're a business owner and you're worried about your address, please save yourself some time and save yourself some money. Well, let me say that again. Save yourself some money and then save yourself some time. When you sign your business up, when you're doing your LLC, your corporation, your nonprofit, your sole proprietor, whatever that may be, you need to already have an address that is not your home address. Why? Because if you put your home address first, then you want to get business credit. Then you find out your home address ain't gonna work. Now you got to go back and pay to change the forms around. That's a quick $50. Okay. So save yourself some money and save yourself some time. Already have an address. Now, Emma asked, can you use a virtual address? You can, but I don't want you to. I don't want you to use, I don't want you to use a USPS address. That's what I wanted to say first. I don't want you to use a USPS. USPS stands for United States Postal Service. They will not, when you try to get business credits, you cannot use a PO box. So USPS is automatically out. Now, the post office does have a street address. I bet y'all didn't know that, but they do have a street address and they will allow you to use the street address. But why would you want to use the same address as the post office when you're trying to get business credit? That don't look right. So what you do is you go and find either a virtual address, and you'll find that some places don't allow it. You can go and find there may be storage companies in your area. There are a lot of storage companies that now rent out addresses. There are businesses that now rent out addresses. If you want to know where to look, honestly, a lot of them advertise on Craigslist. I know people don't like to use Craigslist. I do think it is very scammy and fraudulent, but there are some businesses that advertise there because it's easier. Okay. So you can also go to a UPS, not the USPS, UPS, the brown truck. They have mailboxes. If they have one rented, you can use that as your address. So be mindful with the virtual addresses, because some places are not taking them. Some places want you to actually have an actual brick and mortar location, and brick and mortar is something I can touch. I can't touch a virtual address, but I can touch if you're at 197 South US 1. I can touch that. Okay, so that's what I mean. All right. So good question, Emma. Mimi says, what about the extra checks the schools talked about? A lot of people into taking out for extra money. What about the extra checks the schools talked about? What extra checks did the schools talk about? You have to tell me what checks you talk about. I'm not sure. And I know, yeah, just tell me what checks you're talking about. Because a lot of y'all looking for stuff that y'all are not going to get. So let me know what that is, unless you're talking about PEBT. Okay, let's see. What about all right, Virginia College closed. Virginia College is on the list. I don't know why anybody paying for loans for Virginia College. They are no longer around. Lincoln Technical on the list, should not be paying. How do you get them off? The borrower's defense application. If you paid any money, you would use the closed school loan discharge. They're two different forms. So one is to wipe out the loans. The other one is to wipe out the loan. Well, the other one is really just to give you your money back in the event that the school is no longer open. Okay. So Mimi, let me know about that money you talk about. Kaiser is still open. So no, you're not going to find that. They may have been sued, but Kaiser, no one is getting their money back for Kaiser. So sorry about that, Karen. Is the forgiveness the same as the borrower's defense? It can be. There's a lot of forgivenesses the government is giving out. Okay. Student loan forgiveness they usually don't call student loan forgiveness borrower's defense. But if you're trying to get your loans wiped off under the borrower's defense, that would be a student loan that you could call that a discharge, or you can call that forgiveness. I wouldn't say student loan forgiveness. Say exactly what the program is so people know. So I think you might be talking about borrower's defense. I don't know if you're talking about the actual forgiveness. Lisbeth, hey, that's the name of the application to get the defense. Yes, borrower's defense. Thank you, Lisbeth, for helping out. That's exactly the name. Okay. All right. Again, if you haven't followed, please follow. Make sure you share the video. I appreciate it, guys. Y'all know I try to stay low profile, but it's time to come up. All right. So let me get those states that are going to be dropping that cash for y'all, because I know y'all want to know and y'all been patient. I appreciate it. Before I tell y'all that, I just got to do this really quick. Okay. And I'm just going to say, so I don't know if y'all read the news like I read the news, but the news is a mess right now. All right. So it's a couple things going on. So anybody want to go on a trip to Ukraine, you can, if you volunteer with the Peace Corps. Okay. The Peace Corps is looking for volunteers to go over to Ukraine to help whatever they're going to go over there and do. Rebuild, help. They're probably going to do a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. But in the news, this is what makes me bring it up, is they are warning anyone of color, preferably this color, to be mindful that the Ukrainians do not see a lot of this color, and you may inadvertently be called the N-word. So the Peace Corps actually put this in their documentation to let you guys know if you go, you might be called that. So I laughed at it this weekend. I really did. But guess what? Today I had a Ukrainian refugee come in the office today. And I don't know, we must have had a Soul Train line. We must have had a barbecue going on, because everybody in the office today was this color. And I must say, I felt so uncomfortable for that individual, because you could tell he was not used to it by the way he was paranoid a little bit. So I say all that to say, when I saw the article, I laughed because it reminded me that it did happen today, and they're right. Now we didn't get called out our name or anything, but you could tell there's definitely some diversity missing over there in Ukraine, and it's very, very true. So I got to experience that today with my first Ukrainian refugee. And why did I have a Ukrainian refugee in my office, you ask? Because I am a certifying official when individuals who do not have social security numbers and they need to file taxes, they come to me for me to verify their documentation, their taxes, and then we send it off to the IRS so that they can get an I-10. Okay, so being that there are going to be a lot of refugees coming, if you're a tax preparer, you may see some of them individuals come into your office more than you have before, because now there are a lot of people leaving from Ukraine coming to the US. Okay, so I just had to tell you that because that was my funny story. All right, so let's go with the Golden State, which is California. California, as in July, they changed it. It was $700. They are not giving you $700 anymore. You're only going to get it $400 for, it says, every owner of a vehicle registered in the state of California will be eligible for a $400 payment. The money will come in the form as a debit card, and you will get it in July. Okay. Now they say that's if this passes. All right. So please, we're gonna be watching to see if this passes. If it does, you'll get your $400 gas card per car. All right, per car that is registered. Now I bet you they're gonna have a cap. We just haven't heard that yet. All right. I'm sure there are. I'll go back and read those in just a second, y'all. Okay, on TikTok. Let's see. All right, next we have Georgia. Georgia signed into law, so this is passed, a tax refund eligible to all individuals who live in Georgia after filing an income tax this year for 2021. It says the one-time refund amounts will be $250 for single people, $375 single. Hold on. So let me do this right. The one-time refund amounts will be $250 for single. Married filing separate gets $375. Head of household and married filing joint gets $500. All right. Let me say that again. So basically, they're doing this just like they do the standard deduction. $250 for single, $375 for married filing separate because you're basically single. And then you get $500 for joint or head of household. All right. So that has already passed. Let's see. What's this other state? Maine. Now, I hope I got me some people from Maine watching, okay? Because if you're watching from Maine, you will get a stimulus check of $850. New Jersey, they're going to do, now this is proposed. This one has not been, Maine and New Jersey are proposed. Georgia's passed. New Jersey is going to be a $500 one-time check for individuals who file their tax refunds for this year. But this is what it says. It's for people who pay their taxes using tax ID numbers instead of social security numbers, which would include undocumented immigrants. So basically, for New Jersey, which this doesn't make any sense to me now that I'm reading it all through, only individuals that get the money in New Jersey are business owners. Okay, because an individual would not use their tax ID. You would use your social. So only business owners for that. Sounds stupid. Indiana, this is a proposal. In Indiana, they're looking to give out $125 to anyone who filed taxes. Minnesota, this is proposed, not passed. They're looking to give out $500 to everyone that has filed taxes this year. New Mexico, also, it's proposed, but they want to give out $500 for everyone who filed taxes as long as you make under $150,000. Idaho, it says for residents of Idaho, what's coming is either 12% of their 2020 taxes or $75, whichever is greater. So you're gonna have to look at your taxes for 2020 if you live in Idaho to find out if you're gonna get anything. Okay. Last but not least, and then I'm gonna get to y'all messages, is Virginia. They passed this, and Stephanie, if you're watching, I'm gonna check your messages. Thank you for sending this to me while I'm on live. So Virginia says they are it's a proposal, but they are looking at doing $300 for single, $600 for married. That is it. And hold on, I got one more. And it says if you're in Hawaii, they're looking at giving Hawaiians $100. Okay, so it's not looking like they're finna give a whole bunch, but they plan on giving out a little bit of something. Okay, so Florida, again, I told y'all they are not on the list, so I'm sorry. Thank you, Christopher Troutman. Now, if you get some, you want to break me off $1 for me so I can get me a little soda. I appreciate that. Okay. Now, I didn't tell y'all while I had me a drink. So let me let y'all know. I enjoy spending every Monday with y'all. My birthday is on Friday. So I am drinking now, and then I'm going to be drinking again when y'all see me next Monday. Okay. Because I'm not doing anything for my birthday this year. So I'm just sipping with y'all. So thank y'all for celebrating with me. I appreciate it. Okay. So Florida just didn't choose to give any money. And I also want y'all to realize too, a lot of these states have state taxes, so they bring in additional money, so that basically the state is paying the money back to the individuals, not the federal government. That is why not everyone is getting it. So please don't feel like you want to move. Now, if you want to leave Florida, that's fine. Okay, go, please. Okay. But you don't need to leave because of that. All right. Now, if y'all want to move to Georgia, now we're gonna get to that in a minute. And I don't know if y'all saw it on my story today, but Georgia just passed the the bill where you do not have to be licensed to carry concealed. So basically, everybody probably gonna be strapped, and ain't nobody gonna know until it's too late. So if you live in Georgia and you are somebody that likes to be on the scene, okay, because people like to be on the scene regardless of how much crime is going on, I am saying, please, hopefully you are eligible to carry. But now it's going to be the Wild Wild West. So make sure you are locked and loaded. Let's just say that. All right. Especially if you're going to be out there in Georgia. I don't know why they did it. If you guys do not know what I'm talking about, all you got to do is type on Google Memphis, crime in Memphis. And it is so much gun violence, so many people getting killed. And unfortunately, I hate to say, I really think it's going to be very similar in Georgia. So I'm going to say all that to say, and this is not jinxing anybody, but we always have to be smart. So if you know you got some kid, a cousin, someone, we don't need to be doing all of these GoFundMes, y'all. Okay, because GoFundMes are not tax exempt. So what I like to see people do is to get you a life insurance plan. Okay, that's why I bring up anytime I talk about death, we got to talk about life insurance. Why? Because it's the #1 wealth transfer method. You do not have to be rich to get life insurance. You can get a term life policy. Now, it will expire at a certain time, maybe 75, maybe 80, but how many of these young kids you know are living that long? Okay, and this is, again, this is not trying to say if you get life insurance, you're waiting on someone to pass, but we don't even have the money to even bury somebody. Speaking of burying, and then I'm gonna get to y'all messages. Did y'all just see on the New York Post that they just had in DC in the club, and it's on my story right now, that they had a 24-year-old boy who was shot and killed. They had him propped up in the club on the stage, and he was dead. Come on. That's disrespectful. So this is what I don't want y'all to have to do to try to raise money so you can bury your loved ones. Get you some life insurance and pay that $7 or $10 or $12 because it's very cheap, and bury your loved ones with some dignity and respect. Okay. All right. So somebody just sent me something. These amounts are paid on the 15th of the month of July, December, the final. Okay, so saw this on my feed and you were the first one to come to mind. So somebody sent me something, but I don't see. So it looks like somebody's trying to, y'all, we ain't getting no more money. I know that's what y'all want me to tell y'all, be getting more money, but like I tell y'all every week, they giving y'all money. The problem is those that don't know how to use the money, that's why y'all are still suffering. Okay, because you don't use the money that they give. Every program out there, y'all should be jumping on it. Every single one. And I do mean every single one. Is the money running out by mid-April? What money? What money are you talking about, Jewel? I just started getting SSD. Can I still start a business? You can start a business, but if you're on Social Security disability, you do have to watch the amount of income that you earn, because if they find out, they're gonna say you're not disabled and you don't want to lose your benefits. But if you are on Social Security disability and you're thinking that you might be able to work, they do have a return to work program where they try you out on a trial basis. And if you can't hack it, then they keep you on the program on your disability and you don't lose it. Okay, so, but yeah, you can do a little something. Ain't nothing wrong with getting disability and doing hair in the house, or being a notary, or doing things like that. You can always do something. They, believe me, they don't want you to rely on them. They want you to get better and get a job and get off of disability. So if you want to work, please just watch how much income you make. Hey, from New York. It says, do you know anything about ERC, employee retention credit? Some, but we could talk about that offline. Most of the people I talk to don't have employees like that. So I don't want to lose people. But if you want to talk to me, poetic Nas, please send me a message. Please. You can send me an email right through the link on my page. All right, so let me go. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I'm finna get on there in a second. I signed up for Florida. Good. How do you fill out the paperwork to get the student loans off? It's an application, the borrower's defense. Not that hard. Hey Darnell, it says the closed schools talked a lot of people into taking out extra loans. Will that be forgiven also? Any loans that you took out from that school will be forgiven if your application is approved. Every dollar. It says, hi, Shamika. What about Ashford? Ashford is on the list. Hey, Melissa. John says, do you have any news for veterans? Absolutely. Get you some disability. So it depends. And I'm glad we usually don't have a lot of veterans watching, but I wish that more veterans would watch because we do not take advantage of a lot of stuff either. So if you are a veteran, which normally, like I said, we don't have too many. If you are not having your disability at the level or the percentage that you would like it to be, then you should look at actually reapplying or applying for the first time, because the VA has relaxed a lot of the rules when determining how much money you get. Now, like I said, I know we don't have a lot of veterans watching, but I'm gonna tell y'all something that's probably gonna make y'all mad. Veterans, when they get additional money from the disability, they don't have to report that income at all, ever. Tell nobody nothing. If you get Social Security, you got to report it. Social Security income gets taxed, but veterans disability doesn't. So if you are a veteran and you do not have disability, if that doesn't make you want to go and get you some of that good old tax-free money because something is wrong with you, then I don't know what is wrong with you. Okay. But they do give you some good old tax-free, and I do mean tax-free. Nobody even has to know. And you're not lying, because an income is not counted at all anywhere to the IRS. So John, I hope I answered your question, but if you need any assistance with that, let me know. I do help veterans do their disability claims. And yes, the VA does watch your girl. Okay. They actually send me a letter. So they do watch. So I watch what I say because somebody's watching, but they know that I am out here helping veterans. So go and get you some. All right. I heard that on the news. Okay. So we talked about that already. Okay. Yes, the Wild Wild West. That's exactly what Georgia's going to be. Texas is the Wild Wild West too, because anyone can carry guns. Same in Texas too. But you know what's crazy is usually when they talk about Texas, it's a big old state. When they talk about Georgia, it's always Atlanta. No place. They don't talk about nothing else but Atlanta, unfortunately. So y'all just got to be prayed up and make sure y'all carry. That's very important. All right. And then I don't want to hear about nobody saying they can't find no concealed handgun class. Let me tell y'all, I even went on Groupon just to look. Concealed handgun class is so damn cheap. They $25. So they trying to give it away. They want y'all to be able to carry and carry responsibly. Now, if you are in Florida, I just want y'all to know there are a lot of states that have what is called reciprocity. And reciprocity means that if you are a card carrying concealed handgun license holder in Florida, you can go to Georgia and carry, and it's okay because of reciprocity. So if you are somebody that you carry and you're traveling to another state, you need to find out before you go which states have reciprocity with the other. Florida has a reciprocity with a lot of states, but not all 50. So there are some states you can't carry. Okay, but Georgia is one of them. So you don't got to worry about if you're in Florida, finna go up to Atlanta, you can still carry. Just make sure you are carrying, okay? And let the police know if you get pulled over. All right. Sabrina says, Shamika, do you have to be a first-time home buyer to access the USDA home buyer program? Whew. Okay. Let me tell y'all about this USDA home buyer program. Sabrina, run, okay? I will never, ever, unless the USDA can come down and show me why this is a good program, I will never recommend a program under the USDA home buyer. Why? Because they get you in the program and they get you a house and they will accept you with a lower credit score of 580. But one, why do you want a lower credit score of 580? Banks are going to give you higher interest rate. So they're already targeting people who are low income with the USDA program. Then they're also telling not only be low income, come on, low income, but now you can come to me with a low credit score too. Come on, low credit score and low income. Now we're going to give you a high interest rate. None of y'all don't want no houses under $100,000. So y'all know you're going to go do it up and get the house y'all seen on, y'all want y'all a mini mansion. So now you already at that limit. Okay, it's high. It's already going to be too high. Most people with low income already have too much debt. So now you got that problem. So now you got to squeeze to get your mortgage paid. You miss one day at work, you're going to be delinquent. So that's a lot of reasons why I don't like it. But the main reason why I don't like it, Sabrina, and for y'all too, is because under the USDA program, they subsidize, meaning if your payments are $1,000, the government says, we'll give you $300 and you pay $700. Now that is so nice, ain't it? That is nice, right? Uncle Sam love us, y'all, okay? They is subsidizing our mortgage until you get ready to pay off in 30 years. You're like, girl, I'm on my last house payment. And you send your paperwork into the USDA and saying, look, I am done. I paid all my 30 years. I paid all my $700. You know what they're going to say? Well, what about this $300 that we've been subsidizing for you? You now have to pay that off before you can own the house. Okay? Who got time to do that when it's 300 times 30 years? Okay? So when you see the USDA homeowner program, run, people. That is not the program that you want. It is designed to fail, meaning it is designed to get you in a house that you will never own. You'll never own. So what you need to do is wait, Sabrina, raise up that credit score to at least a 640, and then go get on a real program, a regular FHA program, a regular VA program. Do one of those traditional mortgages that you can get into that you don't have to worry about the government subsidizing anything. So you're not stuck at the end of your 30-year mortgage now trying to figure out why you still don't own the deed to your house. And what kind of generational wealth is that leaving to your kids? You got a house they can't even keep up because you didn't pay it. And then when you die, what happens to it? It goes back to them because the house ain't for your children. It's not in their name. So follow me. So Sabrina, run from that, okay? Don't go there. I promise you're going to be calling me later saying I should listen. Okay. Can I get the money back that they garnished? Yes, you can. It's called a closed school loan discharge form. You can get the money back that you paid in for student loan. It says, I want a house, but I don't want to make nothing about $16,000. I know that's right. Now, I appreciate that. I tell people all the time, you can't have it both ways. You can't be trying to have a high income and still be broke enough to qualify for everything. You got to choose, okay? You cannot have it both ways. So just like she says, I want a house, but I do not want to earn over $16,000. I can respect that because I'm going to tell you right now, $16,000 ain't even going to get you a hotel room, okay? Not these days. And I'm just being serious. So if she wants or he wants to continue to earn $16,000, then they just need to continue to rent because you will never own anything unless it's maybe a tiny home if they have them. If you can qualify for that on 16, I doubt it. You won't qualify for too much. So y'all need to pay you got to pay attention which one you want. You can't be broke and rich at the same time. You got to choose. Some things you're going to have to give up. But thank you for being honest and saying that, Trinice. I appreciate that. NACA is a great program. NACA. Y'all know I talk about this all the time. I'm telling you, every Saturday they give classes online. You don't have to go and sit nowhere like it used to be. Right now, y'all not even taking advantage of COVID. How many of y'all don't even took an online class in these past 2 years that we've been in COVID? Did any of y'all get any free continuing education credits? Did anybody learn anything? I'm away. But if not, go and take that homeowners class and get them little 3 continuing education credits and learn about what you can do when it's your house. Okay. Go and take that. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Okay. So let's see. So Gwendolyn says, I had this lady do my taxes in February. So my taxes in February, she wanted to call me or text me. So I don't know if done them and the deadline is almost. So how can I find out? Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. So Miss Gwendolyn says somebody did my taxes. How do I know they did not give her anything? Well, first of all, please, from this day forward that you hear this coming out of my mouth, share and like my stuff first. And then 3, make sure that if you file your taxes, they give you your paperwork. Come on, y'all. If you got to pay them, don't you want proof or some type of receipt? Your receipt for getting your taxes done is your tax paperwork, your tax paperwork, I don't even know what to call it other than your tax paperwork. So if you don't have that, it's hard to know. And Ms. Gwendolyn, there is no way for me to tell you to verify if you can't pull yourself up. And where's my refund? Now you can try to go to the IRS and create you an account so you can pull your IRS transcripts. It should show the date that she filed your return. It should at least have a date. It may not be processed, but it should have a date. If you don't have nothing, I would keep trying to call the person, because if you pay them, they need to respond. That's just, professional courtesy. If they don't, then, I might start throwing out a couple threats of what I might do or who I might call to tell on somebody, because sometimes that works, that scares them. But, Ms. Gwendolyn, we could try that. The IRS transcripts, if that don't work, then we might need to go and do some other things. Okay. Sorry that you're having an issue. You're welcome, Sabrina. You are welcome. All right. Let's see. Where do you check on the status? You cannot check on the status anywhere for the homeowner's defense. They don't have that. And yes, you could do the Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity is probably the only place that you could be broke and own a house, but it is up to the availability of funds. So if there are no funds, there is no house. So, you living off of somebody else's rules. And plus they do have some rules of what you can and cannot do in that house for a certain amount of time. They're strict with those rules. Why? Because they know people are always trying to get over. People are always trying to move in. Cousin Ray, their auntie and their grandma, they're not with all that or the Habitat. You might find some that might turn their head, but they are strict with their rules. So yes, you can do it, especially if you don't have the income. If you're on Social Security disability and you think you're going to be on that forever and you still have the dream of getting a house, Habitat for Humanity is where I would tell you to go. You could try NACA. We don't know if they're going to have the inventory for your range, because they like you to live in your own community. So if you live in a community and your house value is more than what you can afford, you may just want to do Habitat for Humanity. Okay. LeFay Dawson, you are welcome. You're very welcome for the information. How do you earn continuation credits? You can earn continuation credits on your own just by looking at videos. You can go on Eventbrite. Eventbrite has thousands of classes. They're free, y'all. A lot of them are free. You can go and just sign up and sit and learn something new. Ain't y'all tired of just seeing the same thing on Love and Hip Hop and Jocelyn's Cabaret? Okay. And I did watch that all weekend. If y'all have not watched, let me tell you, it is a mess, and very good mess too. But, but sometimes, you want to elevate, you want to get a little higher. You want some higher frequency. You don't want all that garbage. Go and learn something new. Okay. I don't want to tell people to go read a book. It sounds rude, but go take a class. That sounds better to say these days. Okay. And that's how you can earn it. Okay. If you need to turn it into school to get credit, you can, if they give it to you, but just take something because you want to, because you're interested in it. All right. Okay. It says, I have an account with NACA. They seem the most beneficial. Congratulations. Let me know if you get a home. Okay. Where to check the status? Okay. I already answered that. What's the website to sign up for the free homeowners? That is NACA.com. Is it possible to get a home loan if you owe back child support? Nope. Okay. Let me tell y'all, child support ain't playing. If y'all don't work this out, it's going to be a mess. Okay. You cannot wipe it off in bankruptcy court. You can't do nothing. You can't get no driver's license. They are going to make child support stop you from everything. Okay. Now I have my ideas of why they're so hard on that. I'm going to leave that for someplace else. But all I will say is, if you got child support issues, you need to correct those, even if that is getting on a payment plan. Okay. You may not catch up ever, but get on a payment plan. All right. I just did this today. I just did a de-establishment of paternity. We have individuals who paying child support for children that's not theirs. Okay. And I just want y'all to know, girlfriends who got baby daddies that's stuck in these situations, let them know that it's very possible to get that DNA test and to go to court and to not to have that paternity anymore. The child is not yours. And also to get the money back you've been paying. Okay. Yes, you can ask the courts to give you that money back, especially if you have been paying child support and you find out that child is not yours. Okay. So it does happen. All right. So just had somebody in the office today. Shout out to them that came to the office to do that. And if you're local to Melbourne, you want to come in the office, you can absolutely come in the office. We do a lot of stuff in there. Okay. Let's see. You have a lot of TikTok influencers speaking highly of USDA, but not the truth. You're welcome. And I'm gonna tell you, I know about USDA personally. I grew up in a USDA home, and I am 43. Okay, and my mother still does not own a 30-year loan, a 30-year. She didn't own a home. Okay, it's been past 30 years. I'm 43, y'all, and you know what they told us? And I have the letter to prove. So I don't talk out my behind. I talk the truth. They said you can have the house after you pay us all of this extra money. And somebody called me a couple of weeks ago and the same thing happened to her after I said it live. So I'm just letting you know, USDA is not the way to go. Run from that as far as you can. The status of the borrower's defense. I know you asked me that. Thank you for writing that in caps. You cannot find out the status. You will not know. You can try to call, but they will not take your call unless they contacted you and you're calling them back. You have to wait until they give you an email confirmation letting you know that it was approved. If it wasn't, you'll probably get it in the mail. All right. They just do stuff like that. So there is no way to check to see where you are beforehand. You have to wait until it's completely done. Okay. And yes, it can take up to 12 months. Thank you, Charmin Reese, for letting me know. I was going to say 6 months or more. Some people may have gotten it back a little sooner, but it has taken quite a while. Go ahead and put it in. But again, y'all, remember what I said. If you put in for the application for your borrower's defense to get these loans wiped out, you are in forbearance, so you do not have to pay. So one May, when they come knocking at your door saying, why you ain't paid us, I'm in forbearance, okay? So make sure you make a copy before you send that off, all right? So we talked about DUNS, the borrower's defense. We talked about the stimuluses that's coming for, this is what I had to tell y'all. Credit cards, excuse me, not credit cards, banks have made $16 billion last year in NSF fees. Okay. So, and NSF, y'all know non-sufficient funds. Okay. So I'm just letting y'all know that please, this year in 2022, be mindful and balance that checkbook. Okay. Because if they made $16 billion in 1 year, some of us don't even make 16,000 in 1 year. Okay. They made 16 billion. And I'm not mad at the bank. It's our fault because we are not balancing our checkbook. We swipe. We're not thinking about them checks we wrote. We're not looking at our online banking account before we spend. We don't call before we spend. Y'all know the old people do that. You know, our grandmas and mom, they call before they spend. They make sure they got it. They know why, because their money is not a part of the 16 billion. Our money is, okay? So when I saw that, that just almost made me sick to my stomach. So I want y'all to know, please be mindful, check your balances before you go and spend so that we can lower that number. They should not be making that kind of money off of us, okay? Not at all. All right, somebody asked about the education credit. You don't earn the education credit unless you have some place that's going to take the credit. You can take a whole lot of classes, but if the place you go to don't give you credit for taking those classes, then it's a waste. Taking classes is never a waste. Learning something is always beneficial, but don't do it because you're trying to get education credit. Do it because you need to learn something, okay? That makes it more enjoyable, at least for me. Rhonda says, my aunt is 76 years old. She needs rental assistance in Florida. Make too much for housing assistance. What are the qualifications? She works because she has to get Social Security in a total about $39,000. See, that's the unfortunate part. She made too much money. I'm confused. You said she needs housing assistance, but also rental assistance. Does she own the home or she rents? Unfortunately, when you're at that cusp of making too much money, and especially older people, they got retirement, they got Social Security, they may not be able to live off of it. But a lot of that, the government gonna say that's not our fault. You can't live off it because you need to budget. So I don't know if that's what's going on here, Rhonda. But let me know if she owns or rents, because I think that's part of the issue where I can't answer your question just yet. Thank you, Miss Malvina. Miss Malvina say, I check my bank account every day. Y'all better take this from these wise people. That way they know she ain't giving up none of her money to an overdraft. Okay. $16 billion is a lot of money. Okay. Is there technical issues with federal student aid? It would not let me log in for a few weeks. I wouldn't doubt it. There's a technical issue with our whole government, period. Okay. So unfortunately, if you cannot log in, that does not surprise me. You can always call them. Their phone number is not busy like IRS. So if you call Department of Education, you will get somebody on the phone. Everybody keep asking me, how do I get rid of my student loans? You need to put in the borrower's defense if you qualify for that, or the public service student loan forgiveness if you qualify for that, or the total and permanent discharge if you qualify for that. I mean, I could go on. There's so many different programs. It really depends on what school you went to. And well, basically, that's really what it depends on for me. First thing people ask, when they ask me about student loans, the first thing I say is what school you went to, because really that's the only thing that I care about. Then I'll be able to tell you. If she does not qualify for Section 8 or housing, she needs rental assistance. So if she needs rental assistance, then she can dial 211. Florida does have rental assistance in a lot of places in Florida right now. A lot of places still got CARES Act funds left. So I would tell her to do 211 to see if she can get help, Rhonda. Sorry, she can't qualify for stuff, but that's how it does. You make too much money for this. You're poor enough for this, but you ain't, you know, it's crazy. You're not poor enough and you're not rich enough. And so you just lose either way. Nope. The stimulus is a lot. The stimulus was a whole bunch. Okay. I am going to post a video, but reason why I don't want to make it yet is because there's only one state that it has been approved, and that is Georgia. Everybody else is proposed. So we have to wait. Proposed mean they're just throwing it out there. They're talking probably because they want you to vote for them. But until it becomes approved, I really don't even like to bring it up because I don't like to get people excited for nothing. Okay. All right. So I got 5 minutes left. Yes, we can do a one-on-one. I can do a one-on-one. If all you got to do is go through my social media information right at the top, and you can book a one-on-one with me. Let's see. I can do your taxes if you're interested in getting your taxes done before this tax season is out. If you say, girl, I'm not even going to file my taxes, I just need to file an extension to October, please do that so you do not have to be paying all these late fees, penalties, and interest for being late. Also, if you need help getting your DUNS number, okay, now remember DUNS number is gone. So now, well, it's not gone. It's still around. It's just not used with the federal government anymore. But if you need it for business credit purposes, or if you're just trying to establish business credit, holler at me. I can help you with that as well. Yes, Georgia is going to get money. If you send me, Charmin Reese, send me an email and I'll send you the screenshot of what I copied. But yes, Georgia they're actually going to get some money. They need to pay for all those people that hopefully do not get shot with everybody being able to carry guns, which is crazy. Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm just going to look through my thing, make sure I see if I missed anything. Nope, we talked about that. Oh boy, I'm telling you. No, I think I mostly got it all. Let me see if y'all have anything else before I go. And I did that, it kept getting canceled. Yes, eBay. Not with me. I hope it didn't get canceled. Send me send me a message in my email, and then we're gonna go from there. Because y'all know, right when I get off of here, I got other people I gotta go and work with in the evening. So my evening is not done. Okay. Let's see. Travel Didi says, I'm going through something now with my bank. Those pending status are really payments to the bank. When you look at your online banking statement, I called the bank and no one will help me. What pending status? I'm not sure what you're talking about on the pending status. Reentry programs. Reentry programs are the same. All right, so we got a couple questions. Melissa asked about reentry programs. Reentry programs are for individuals who are incarcerated or getting out. They're reentering in the workforce. Do they have programs for them? Yes, they do. You can use your career source. That is the only place that offers the class. It's a 4-hour class where after you sit and let them talk to you about all the wonderful things that you can do, go back in the workforce, they tell you about this federal program that gives your employer up to $25,000 if they were to hire you. So I tell everybody that I know, go and take that 4-hour class and sit in there and listen to them people. Who knows? I've spoken at some of them. All you do at the end, they give you a certificate. And now when you go to your employer, you can say, hey, I went and took this training where if you hire me, you can get anywhere from $5,000 up to $25,000. And they do pay, and the government does it. Okay. Now, let me explain. It could come in the form of a tax credit. We don't know, because I haven't seen anybody, any employer yet that necessarily used it, because I haven't stuck around long enough, but they do give you money for hiring felons, okay, or ex-convicts. I don't know the nice way to say it, okay, but they do, okay, and it's always given through your local career source, all right? So that's outside of Florida, because a lot of them are everywhere, okay? So Melissa, I hope I helped you with that. Didn't file my 2019. Can you help me? Yes, ma'am. Send me an inbox, Aries. And yeah, we gotta, if you ain't filed, please get them taxes done. And before I go, the IRS has already said that if y'all don't claim this money from y'all know you only got 3 years. So 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. So if you didn't file your taxes for 18 and you are due a refund, I don't know what you're waiting on. You know what the IRS said, how much money they got? A couple million, not a couple. They got a bunch of millions sitting around waiting for people to claim from 18 that did not. Okay. So that includes individuals as incarcerated, individuals who just forgot, because they don't, how would they know how much money they got sitting around if they haven't already tabulated from the documentation that they've already gotten? Why some people haven't filed, I don't know. But I think you should want that money. So again, go around and ask who didn't file, because you need to. Who didn't get their stimulus, because you need to file. All right. So I'm imploring y'all that's watching, go around and save your family. Shamika Saves, y'all go save your family. Okay. Go help them out so that they can be straight as well. All right. And then let me see. Do you know anything about call pay as you go when you're being evicted from an apartment for 4 years? I've never heard a pay as you go. Who is the pay as you go through? Travel DD. You got some good ones, girl, because I've never heard anybody doing a pay as you go when you're being evicted. Never. The court wants that money when you're being evicted, and that's it. I've never seen them let you stay while you were trying to work out your eviction. Are there any reentry programs that provide housing assistance? They may with certain nonprofits, you will have to find out, but it is not a federal or national thing. So that's going to be case by case, very specific. They may still have some money for emergency rental assistance because a lot of people still haven't used up those vouchers. So you will have to see it's case by case. Okay. Liz says they probably want people to kill each other in Georgia. Yeah, I think they want a lot of people to, I don't know. I'm just gonna say, y'all who are not gang banging, make sure y'all stay strapped up, lock and loaded. Okay, you're just gonna have to. Everybody gonna have to be on the defense. It says I have a late taxes return, but I already filed my taxes. What do? I have a late tax return, but I've already filed my taxes. Meaning you got another W-2 that came in. If you did, then you need to amend your taxes. Because if not, you won't ever be able to claim it. That might be more money for you. I need help with VA disability. Woo, woo, let's do it. If y'all ain't got y'all VA disability and you sitting around letting that free behind money go, because let me tell you, 100% is $3,500 a month, and if or $3,400 a month or something like that, 32. It still doesn't matter. There's $1,300 that you do not have to pay taxes on, and it's for the rest of your life. Did I say it's for the rest of your life? It is. Okay. Let's see. All right. So thank you. I see y'all don't have small business loan. Probably not, unless you're gonna get it from your bank. It's very hard to get small business loans right now, y'all. It just is. People not working. So that's gonna make banks very hard to trust you. I claim one dependent on my tax papers. Can I claim myself as no? You can't claim yourself and be the taxpayer. You got to choose one or the other. But no, you cannot claim yourself as a dependent. And if you're married, please, you do not claim your spouse as a dependent. They are your spouse. Okay. So no. All right. So it is 8:02. Somebody just sent me something about. Thank you, Miss Robin. It says my aunt is in a nursing home. How can she get a stimulus check? You can file her stimulus check, but let me tell you, that money is going to the nursing home. All right. So y'all got to see, there goes somebody else that didn't know. If you and then there's somebody in a nursing home, you can file for them to get their check, but the money's going to the nursing home. It is not going to you all. Why? Because more than likely, Social Security is paying the nursing home for her to be there. And if so, they're going to swoop, just like they're going to swoop in, just like the Lord, like that. Bam. And they're going to take that money and it's gone. Okay. So don't even think that you're going to keep it, because they're going to take that. All right. And it says the person that filed my taxes doesn't want to amend my taxes. Well, come on over here, Sylvia. We'll amend them. People don't like to amend taxes because they don't know how. So again, thank y'all. I'm drinking my little sip again for my birthday. That's on Friday. I'll be 43. Blessed to be here. Blessed to be able to give y'all this information. And I want to say this, and then I'm gonna let y'all go, because I know I've been saying it all the time. And I say this because sometimes it bothers me. And I want y'all to know that when y'all look on social media and y'all see what other people are doing, fuck all that. That's the best way I can say it. And I don't mean to say that to be rude with the curse word, but I say it because a lot of people I find, they post on social media, not because they're proud of their accomplishments. They post on social media to make you feel bad. So I say this to you guys who may already be struggling with whatever you're going through. And then you get on social media thinking it's going to brighten up your day. And then you see somebody else doing whatever it is that you want to do, and you just wonder why. And then you start doing that self-reflection, that inner stuff. I'm just letting you know, when you see what other people are doing and they posting, question yourself in your mind. What's the real intention of them posting that? Are they trying to encourage me, or not you, but are they trying to encourage people, or are they trying to make other people feel bad? Okay. So when I look and I go, ooh, I think I know that person. I can look back at their posts. I can look at their story. They're always twerking, they this, they that. Those people are putting on to make you feel bad. And so I'm going to tell you, it might make you sleep well, but say, fuck all that. Get off of that social media. Use social media for what it's for, and that is to post for your business. It is to advertise. It is not to make friends, nor is it to post all of your personal business. I had to deal with that myself. I had to talk to myself. And so I'm telling you guys all the same thing, because we all go through it. So F all that. Thank you guys again for sending me the birthday wishes. If you need anything, all you got to do is send me a message. I'm going to keep doing this every Monday, dollar or no dollar, and we're going to blow this up regardless. Okay, so I'm just waiting my turn, and I want to encourage all of you to sit back and wait your turn too, because it is coming. Okay, so see y'all again. We don't have to be broke forever. Okay, we can get this money if we know how to move. So I will talk to you guys later. See y'all next Monday, and be encouraged. Okay, bye you guys. Have a happy Monday. See you. Bye TikTok.